Peace, this is Malcom from UrbanX TV. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. Today I want to talk about becoming a morning person. So a few years ago I wrote an article on becoming a morning person on my blog. And what that did was, what I was trying to do rather, I was trying to convince people on the need to become a morning person, become more productive, to get more done, become like a happier, more fulfilled person, I guess. And since then, a lot has changed, right? So I had a kid. My work schedule has gotten a lot more busy, and things like that. So I haven't been, living my raps, as I would say. But I'm actually back on it. If you are a member, like I've been waking up, earlier to, give the people in our membership, I guess a morning message, more morning motivational message. Sometimes I just go off the top of my head and just kind of rant on some things that are just on my mind. But even before that, I spoke to my older brother Marcus, and he told me about this challenge that he was doing called the 75 Hard Challenge. And from looking at him and seeing the testimonials online from it, it seems amazing. And there have been so many different, I guess, studies, books, people, a lot of gurus talking about their morning routines and why mornings are so important. Like, as a matter of fact, my brother, that he was the one who put me onto this book, The Morning Miracle, the not so obvious secret guaranteed to transform your life before 8 a.m. by Hal Elrod. And he has a bunch of books like in this series: Morning Miracle for Millionaires. He has Morning Miracle for writers, Morning Miracle for parents, families, and things like that. So it's not something that's an arbitrary theory. You know what I mean? There is something to becoming a morning person and to trying to pack a lot of what we miss throughout our day into our mornings. That's reading, that's meditating, that's saying our affirmations, that's exercising, all those things. So that was the thing. I used to really just like religiously wake up 4 a.m. in the morning. I used to get dressed, go to the gym, come back, write, when I was writing my book and things like that. But since my son was born, and if you have kids, you try to get as much sleep as you can. Like, I try to pack in as much sleep as I can, you know what I mean? And one of my friends is having a kid. He's having a kid soon, and he said he's losing sleep at the thought of how much sleep he's about to lose, which I thought was hilarious. 75 hard challenge, right? The challenge consists of a few things. Like, you have to drink like a gallon of water a day, no alcohol, no cheat meals. You have to follow a diet, not a specific diet, but a diet that is supposed to help you along your fitness and nutritional goals. You know what I'm saying? So whatever that diet may be, you have to work out twice a day for 45 minutes apiece. Now, and one workout must be outside. That one is probably like the most like, how the hell am I gonna get that done, right? Because a lot of people, especially who have a busy schedule, working out once a day is, when you get that done, that's a push. But twice a day, and one has to be outside. And especially if you're from a state that gets cold during the winter, you know what I mean? Like New York right now is getting cold. So, but it's about, discipline. It's about stilling yourself. It's about finding time for everything and cutting out the stuff that does not make sense. You know what I'm saying? Does not benefit you, in the slightest anymore. So, and that was what this book, Morning Miracle. That's why I kind of like relate the two, because in the Morning Miracle, the author, he talks about these things called his lifesavers. Right? He had a horrific accident, I think in his 20s, and these savers helped him create a routine in the mornings to where it was better able to put him on the right path. And he condensed all of his practices, and like I said, what he called the savers, which stood for silence in the morning for S. That's meditation. A was for affirmations. You know what I mean? Things that we tell ourselves that create a positive, emotion within ourselves. V was for visualization, meditation and things like that. Seeing what you're affirming to manifest. E was for exercise. R was for reading. And S was for scribing, so journaling. And I think that using these two in conjunction with each other will help you. And for me, when I first did the lifesavers, I did like a 30-day. I did a 30-day stretch, and I did everything in the morning like before 8 a.m. And this is before I had kids, before I had a family. This is before, I was just, I was still living at my mom's, but I still felt insanely productive. And now I find these practices like more important than ever because I have, like I said, I have responsibilities. Like my son, he gets up. I need to get him ready for daycare. I have things to do around the house. I have all these things to do. And when these practices, and these are things that are not just good for the morning, they're good anytime. You get what I'm saying? So reading a book is invaluable. You know how you see my bookcase. You know how I feel about reading. So and exercising and staying active and visualization, staying positive. I'm an entrepreneur, right? So if I let doubt creep in my head because I had a bad morning, or I had continuous bad mornings, I had a stretch of bad mornings, and I let that doubt seep into just my being. I'm not going to be as productive, even if I'm there in body. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not there in the mental, I'm not there in body. And even journaling. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to just put everything on a page and just get it out of my head is great. And I recommend that for everybody. So I hope like if you're watching this, you see the value in trying to get things done in the morning. And I'll say this as well. I'll say this as well. A lot of times when I talk about getting things done in the morning, I have people who watch my podcast who work nights. You know what I'm saying? Who their schedule isn't really conducive to what some of these books or some of the gurus are talking about when they talk about productivity. So when I talk about the morning, I'm talking about specifically a time when you have your alone time to where you are not worried about anything else. You're not worried about, the kids. You're not worrying about dinner being cooked. You're not or breakfast being cooked. You know what I'm saying? You have time to yourself to kind of reflect and to make yourself better. And the world is getting busier, it's getting crazier by the day, and the time we have to ourselves to kind of think, to reflect, to make ourselves better is so important because you look up, a year goes by like that. Like my son turned 1, and it was just like, yo, where did the time go? And I was so like inconsistent with what I was doing. It felt like I missed a year. You know what I mean? And that's not really a good feeling. So, doing the morning message for the UrbanX members, and my brother telling me about this challenge, it seemed like perfect timing, and I'm excited to get back to it. I've been doing it for a few days now, and I will keep you guys updated on my progress. And I'm taking it one day at a time as well, right? Because 75-day stretch, like you think too far ahead, you can psych yourself out and you can trip yourself up into thinking into thinking too far ahead of it. So I'm trying to take it one day at a time, win each day. And also and what is a tip that I have for people who want to get some type of morning routine going. If you're trying to follow the routines of somebody specifically, it could be Oprah, it could be whoever you admire, and you're trying to follow their specific routine. If you miss something, like I was talking about the savers, if you miss journaling one day, don't carry that into like a negative feeling to where you have to start over. Because sometimes when you miss something, you feel like, okay, well, it's whatever, I failed, and that rolls over into the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, and then you just stop all the practices altogether. So if you miss something, just take that as a learning experience and try to fine tune and tweak what you can spend less time on and more time, so you can get to that practice. You know what I'm saying? Make these practices work for you. You know what I mean? But in conclusion, the goal of this video was to convince you to become a morning person. You are the star of your show. You know what I'm saying? And I think it'll help. I think it'll help you in a bunch of different ways. It'll help, relieve some stress because you'll be able to reflect a little bit more. It'll help you get in shape because you have some time to be active, right? People always talk, there's, you know, internet experts out there that say, the thing to get in shape is just your diet. And while your diet is important, obviously, your body does need to be active in some way. You know what I mean? So even if it's 20 minutes of some push-ups, some sit-ups on the ground, do it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, because they feel like they don't have time to go to the gym because they have so much to do at home, they miss out on that. And then, like I said, 1 month can turn into 2 months, years, and things like that. And next thing you know, you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you don't recognize yourself. You're not happy with yourself. So I say that to say, these morning routines, this time you have to yourself is vital. And I hope that you watch this and see the value in it. You're gonna and see the value and what what becoming a morning person can do for you. And with that being said, thank you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll be bringing more content like this on Fridays, where I'm just going to be talking about experiences, things I've learned in my entrepreneurial journey, things I've succeeded at, failed at, and we're going to be talking about it all. So if you like this type of content, let me know. And if you want me to talk about something specifically, let me know in the comments as well. And yeah, peace.